Hi y'all, good morning. You see that sun popping up back there behind me? Boy, it's a beautiful sight, ain't it? Because it means it is time to catch some catfish. I loaded up on bait yesterday, got us some fresh shad, both gizzard shad and thread fins. And I've come out here this morning and I'm gonna try to show you on the map here. We're kind of at the top of a deeper hole. We're 69 feet and it drops down about 73, 74 feet deep. And I'm hoping there's some catfish down in this hole that are going to come up right here at sunrise and kind of make their way up river here to a point. I thought about fishing on that point here first thing, but I said, yeah, I'm going to just slide on back. And anyway, we're going to throw out a variety of options here for them. We got a couple light tackle rods. We hook into something big on those. We're going to have us a good time. I've also got a heavier tackle rod, so we'll put a bigger bait on that. We'll mix up the sizes and cuts on the other rods here. And I brought my bait rods with me too. If we see some white bass or some skipjack come up out here, sometimes this time of year you'll see them kind of in the middle of the river, just chasing shad and whatnot. We'll make some casts and go after those too. So a lot of stuff here possibly going on, but before we drop in more bait, look at this. Look at that right there, y'all. Is that an awesome sight or what, man? Nothing beats a sunrise on the water, except if you're reeling in a fish as it comes up. So let's get some baits down there and try to do that. Let's first take one of these gizzard shad. I'm just gonna basically cut it in half here, if you will. I'll cut the tail off the end there just to kind of get it bleeding a little more, but we're gonna take this and put on our light tackle rods. I've got a couple different hooks we're going to be trying out today. This one here is a 2/0 size wide gap finesse. I've got a 15-pound fluorocarbon leader there, a little 2-ounce egg sinker right above it, just a miniature Carolina rig, if you will. And let's drop this down. I've been into this light tackle fishing lately, man, catching big catfish on essentially bass tackle. It's going to be heartbreaking when we hook into a true monster and he snaps our line. But if we can land him on it, what an ordeal, what an amazing story that will be. And I'll tell you, the bigger cats I've got on the tackle so far with it, man, I've had a really, really good time with it. So going to do a little bit more of that today, but I do have a heavier action rod with me. So we will at least have one rod suitable for potentially a trophy fish if we're lucky enough to hook into one today, and we very well could. If I can get our line untangled here to even get a bait out. Dadgummit, every time I talk to the camera, y'all, this kind of thing happens. There we go. So now this hook here, this is a 3/0 size mosquito hook. So trying out a couple, I haven't really settled on, for the light tackle, I haven't settled on a hook that I really like yet. And so I'm trying different styles, different brands. I really just want something small with thin wire, because these lighter tackle rods, between the flexibility on the rod tip and the fact that I'm in a kayak, which when a big fish pulls the rod down, the kayak kind of leans a little bit too. It's harder to get a thicker wire hook to penetrate especially if you catch that fish right kind of in the bony plate of their mouth. It's harder to get the thicker wire to penetrate when you have all the give with the lighter tackle and kayak and stuff. So I want a thinner wire hook, but I haven't settled on which one is the ideal one to use yet. So I'm just playing around a little bit. Now this setup here though, this is my signature series rod, a lot heavier action. I've got a 10/0 size circle hook on this one, 80-pound leader. This is way more appropriate for what we're doing here today. So let's just take one of these shad here, and one of these gizzards, and I'm just gonna cut some slits in him, and we'll put the whole shad on this one. Just kind of get him bleeding here a little bit if we can. We'll put him down there like that. Run that hook right through the back. All right, down this one goes, folks. All right, we're in the game now. We got 3 rods out. We got the sun coming up. It's gonna be an awesome morning. I can just feel it down in my bones, man. Today's gonna be a good day, y'all. Oh, here we go, here we go. We're hooked up just like that. Oh, buddy, here we go. He thumped it and down it goes. He's still taking, man. That's our gizzard shad head right there. I tell you, the more I do this light tackle stuff, the more I'm getting into it, man. I've always been fearful of doing it and hooking that triple-digit 100-pound fish and losing it because of the light hooks and light line and stuff. But the fun I'm having with everything along with it, man, it's just, I'm getting into it, y'all. Y'all gonna be seeing more of it. It'll bite us at some point, but I'm into it. We should be getting fairly close to this, seeing this one here. We're making progress with him. Oh, look at that one. That one's going down now. That one's going down. I got the one in the hand. It's just sitting there. Oh, I got to pick up on it. Let's set the other one back a second. We got some fish working through. Oh no, he dropped it. That one there dropped it. I'll reset that in a second. Let's get this one up on the surface and then we'll reel that one in, make sure there's still bait on there. This one's going back down. One of y'all hop through the screen here and check that other line for me. If y'all would grab that other rod, we wouldn't have this problem right now. We wouldn't have lost him. Now, while I was fooling with that one, this one's got in our back line here, and now we got a tangle too. We off to a hell of a start here, folks. Heck of a start. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, that's a fun sizer right there. All right. He's gonna run circles around that other line. You danged old fish, why'd you do that for? Let's set him back. He can do that a second. We got some fish here, obviously. Let's reel this up, make sure there's still bait on there. If they is, we'll lower it back down. If they ain't, we'll switch it out right quick. We do still have bait on. I'm gonna fix it though. Well, it's okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and just rehook it anyway. Okay. Send that back down. And then we'll get over here and we'll land this old troublemaker over here beside us who just felt compelled to swim around that back line while we was reaching for this rod. Boy, it's exciting though, man. That is exciting right there, folks. We're off to a good start today. I'm gonna try to grab this thing. I brought a net. I actually did. With this light tackle stuff, I feel like we need a net, but I'm gonna try to grab this in here. Okay, we got him. We got him. Bring him on in. Let me get this hook out, and I will fix that tangle. And you know what, fish? Because you got me tangled up, you've lost your chance at front camera time. You've earned it, but I ain't got the front camera mount set up. So I don't know if I can even fit him all in frame there. That's a fun sizer though. He's out of here is what he is. You go down there and think about what you done, fish. The old thing, tangling us up like this. This mess. All right, let me get this. It ain't gonna be as bad as what I thought. Using the braided line with the light tackle is a bit problematic for the tangles because mono is significantly easier to get untangled. But that one there, that one wasn't bad. Our leader line still feels good. I'll be checking it especially after every bigger fish, make sure we don't have any abrasion, but that feels good. So let's get another gizzard shad head on there, send it back down. This gizzard shad here is another one that's a little bit on the smaller side, but, oh. That one was getting tapped while I'm getting this one situated. Y'all get ready to reel in another one. Here goes our gizzard shad. Let me send it home down there, and I hope something tapped it, a little love tap there. He thought better of it. He heard what happened to his friend getting publicly shamed for tangling lines, and he was worried he might accidentally tangle one up, so he said he ain't gonna chance it. He'll just go find breakfast somewhere else. I don't blame him. There's other restaurants around this area to eat at. All right, we got that back down there. I'm just feeling for my sinker to hit bottom. It's right there on bottom, so now I'm just gonna raise up, set it in the rod holder, so now our bait's just off the bottom right there. As these fish swim along the bottom, that bait's gonna be right there in their face. So here's what I'm gonna do with this back rod. Since the lighter tackle stuff, it's harder to get control of fish, and since we do have a little bit of current flow here this morning, I'm gonna take this back rod, instead of suspending it, I'm just gonna throw it behind us. I rehook that bait up under the gill plate and out of nostril there, so it's more toward the front. But I'm gonna toss it out behind us and just let it sit on bottom. And that'll give us two presentations. We'll have our suspended baits up front, we'll have this setting on bottom behind us, but most importantly, having it behind us, that will give us some space between our front rods and that back line to hopefully prevent any more tangles this morning. We got something on the screen too. I don't know if that's interfering with y'all or not. Let me clean your face off there, folks. There we go. Now you're beautiful again. But you can see the sun it's up over the trees now, but it's still early. We're kind of in that window I oftentimes find at sunrise and just after where fish are actively feeding, and I'd hope there'd be some kind of hang. Oh. We might be getting another one right here. Let me get the camera in the chest. Oh, he just let it go. He tugged on it a little bit, didn't he? Well, this is, right now, it seems like what I had hoped would happen is happening, that we'd have some fish down in this hole, and as the sun come up, they'd start working up out of this hole, up this ledge, kind of working up here, either along the shoreline or up to this point that where the land ends up there. There's a point that kind of comes out this way toward us. And oftentimes I catch fish, when I'm in this area, I catch fish working up on that, and I see some bait, some shad over there flipping up that way. So just trying to, when we do this, just trying to basically put our baits in the path that they're going to be taking on their way to go feed. Right rod, there it goes. Yep, we're hooked up again. Oh boy, he's pulling too. He is right under us, man. He is directly under. He's got that rod bent in half. Look at that. Yeah, he nailed it, man. He's down there too, buddy. Oh, I love it. That's so much fun. The takedowns, it's always the most fun part of catfishing. And with the light tackle rods, you're just getting, they're so much more intense. This feels like an okay fish right here too, man. They all feel a little bigger on the lighter stuff anyway. But, oh, our back rod. Y'all, hold on. Our back rod back here. Something's got it. One of y'all grab that rod. One of y'all, I want to keep the one in the hand here to keep him from getting in our other one over here, but grab that back one. If y'all's fishing partner worth a crap, I wouldn't have to reel in all these fish. Goodness gracious. We got some active fish working through. It's setting up just like I had hoped thus far. I just hope we get some whoppers out of here today. We ought to be close to seeing this one right here. We get him up here. I'm gonna put this one back in the rod holder, and I'm gonna reel in that other fish that y'all don't want no part of back there. That was a hell of an idea you had, though, to cast that other rod off the back to keep it from getting tangled up. That was a stroke of brilliance y'all had first thing this morning. This fish right here he wasn't thinking very smartly when he bit a bait that had a hook in it, was he? That was pretty dumb on his part. Now he's playing tug of war. Some big bubbles coming up. Big old bubbles right there, man. Taking my time. Oh, that's a good one. That's it. Oh, this other rod over here got bumped. Are we about to be tripled? I think we're about to be tripled up, man. This is a solid fish right here. This is a good one. We're gonna risk losing him though, because I gotta put him back in the rod holder instead of landing him, because we got this one back here that I need to crank down on because he's done swam right up here at us. He was sitting there, he's tired of waiting. He said, I'm not gonna wait on you to reel me in, Justin. I'll just get up here and swim to you. This was on the whole gizzard shad. Well, we have got some activity going on right now, y'all. Love it. I love being on the water at sunrise. We're getting that time of year, we're running out of these sunrise trips. I actually wore a hoodie when I first got on the water because it's like 59 degrees this morning when I got out here. That's a little bit smaller than the other one, but still, he's a larger dink, we'll say, on him. Let's get our other, let's put him back. Let's land our other one over here first. We'll use the net on this one. Y'all should be using this net for me. Just reach over there and grab. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'll set up the front camera mount on that one. Although, with the sun behind us, we may not see much of him, but nevertheless, he'll get him some front camera time. Small hook right there, got him. This was the 3/0 mosquito hook on that one. All right, y'all. Hey, how about that? Let's fist pump that, by gosh. Double, man. Okay, let's hold him up there. You know, fun sizer right there, but man, on the light tackle, buddy, a battle. A dang good time. I enjoyed it anyway. You got gypped on your front camera time, fish. With that sun behind you, you're gonna have a huge shadow on the front of you. I know, it's ruined your picture, but I can't turn us around because the current's got us set up this way. You out of luck, fish. He'll get him a better picture someday. I promised him I'll come back again sometime. Let's get our other one over here too. We'll get this one going, and then we'll reset, put on two new baits. This shad here, he's got the shad still in his mouth, but it's all tore up. So we'll replace it. Probably put on another whole one though. Come here, fish. Come up here. Come up here. There you go. Up. Yeah, that shad just fell down in his mouth. He got lucky. He's getting a free meal. He's gonna get lucky again to get him some front camera time. I probably wouldn't have give him front camera time, but since the camera's still up there you go, fish. Luckiest day of his life. All right, man. Hey, that's awesome, y'all. Doubled up. I'm gonna have to reel this one in. It got hit too. It may have got ripped off the hook or something. But let's get us, we ain't got time to do all this gum flapping here, y'all. We got to get us some more baits down there. Let's get the net out of the way and get to it, man. I want to, especially this light tackle rod, I want to get another bait down as quick as we can here. Let's get another one of those gizzards and cut up. I got a lot of thread fins in there too, but we're going to use the gizzards to start with. I don't know if that camera angle, I don't know if you can even see anything, but we had a chunk on the rod that other one ate, so let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and reel this other one up over here. I'm worried it got ripped off. And while we're here too, let's just go ahead and check our leader lines. 15-pound fluorocarbon. It feels good. That one was kind of hooked on the outside of the mouth, so it really, the fear is that, you know, they eat the bait and the hook gets on down in their mouth, and so that your line is rubbing on that bony plate in their mouth and causing abrasion. That's kind of where you're at risk of breaking off with these big catfish, because it's got that almost sandpaper, and some of them are rougher than others. But that texture of their mouth on the lighter line rubbing as you're fighting the fish and they're thrashing around and stuff, that's where you're kind of at risk for breaking. You know, just as far as the strength of the line goes, that's not too big a deal, because you just make sure your drag is sufficiently lighter. But, well, we still had a bait on. Oh, no. We still had a bait on, apparently, because it got bumped. But do we still have a bait on now? I think we do. Let's see if it's maybe foul hooked or something. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. We may switch it out with this other one here. No, the bait's still on. It still looks good. There is a little scale or something here on the tip of the hook point. That'll cost you a fish quicker than anything. Let's switch it out, though. We got this other one freshly cut here. Let's toss that one out. I'll hook this one. I'm going to go under the gills and out a nostril there on that. That's how I normally like to hook head baits anyway. It's just depending on the size of the head bait with the smaller hooks, that can be a little bit more difficult to do. Everything's a work in progress right now on the light tackle stuff. Getting everything dialed in, hooks, leaders, hooking baits, etc. Everything's a work in progress. I just haven't done this enough to know what I like and what I don't. All right, so I'm gonna get another bait on here, and we'll throw off the back. I'll just put another whole bait on. This here's a much bigger gizzard shad right here. Let me just cut some slits in him like I did the last one. Get some scent coming out, and we'll put the whole thing on. Let me cut that tail off too, let me see. That'll get it bleeding a little more. Yeah, we'll just put that whole thing on the hook here. And this here, you know, I've got the heavier 80-pound leaders on this, so I'm not concerned about any abrasion with these. There he is, man. All right, let's toss this back out a little bit deeper in this hole. Not making a super long cast, but just getting enough basically to get it behind us so that we don't get tangles. And that worked out perfectly last time with us hooking up on this rod and the other, and no issues of tangles at all, other than that fish getting tired of waiting on us to reel him in and decided to swim toward us. But yeah, we're off to a nice start right here, folks. I'm hoping that there's plenty more fish that are either in this hole and going to pick up on the scent and come on, or maybe we just get some fish too today that are just, you know, working up and down this ledge like they normally would, just as they travel along spot to spot. So let's put our shad back in the bucket, back in the cooler. We set up, man. We waiting on the next fish. Oh, there goes that one. We got another one. I mean, just out of nowhere. I'm sitting here not even paying attention. That rod goes down. I don't think he's going to be very big, though. They just don't have to be. They don't need to be big on this tackle. I probably need to slow down a little bit, bringing the smaller ones up like this since we're 69 feet deep. Our baits are down there probably 67 feet deep. The bigger one that we got, I'm seeing the bubbles come up on it. That's what you want to see when you're fishing deep like that. You want to see the bubbles coming up, because that's them releasing that pressure, allow them to go back down. It's going to be difficult at times to see that if you got current flow, because the bubbles may come up way behind you. But this one here, yeah, I heard him burping just then. He'll be all right. Small one right here though, but It's all right, man. They don't take big fish. Normally, when I'm fishing with the heavier tackle and I get one like this, it ain't all that exciting, you know, because the rod barely bends and it ain't much of a battle. But on this stuff, even fish like this, you can have a fun time with. And this right here, I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, even if you're using larger baits and going after bigger fish, most of your catches throughout the year are probably going to be the smaller fish, right? Like, I mean, yeah, we all want to catch trophies every time we go out, but in reality, the bulk of the catches are going to be smaller fish. So if you can have fun with those, why not, man? Fishing's supposed to be about having fun. Let's get another one here. Another one on the mosquito hook. Okay. Put another chunk down. Down it goes. Look right here. I didn't even feel this one. That was just a slow takedown right there. Let me jerk it, rod. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, I didn't even feel him. I just put the shad up after rebaiting that last one. And this one over here is just bent over. And I'll tell you something else too we got to do. I think we got one on our back rod over here. I'm gonna deal with the one in the hand first, but my line is right up here under me on this back rod. Look how that line's sitting there. That was cast out way back there behind us. Something's going on with it, but we gotta work on the one in the hand here first. Unless I can get you all to finally come through that screen and get one of these rods. Boy, this one right here is gonna be better than the last one for sure. I don't know how big he's gonna end up being, but he's definitely better. I wonder if it couldn't be a flathead, because I didn't feel him hit. I put the shad up, I turned around, and boom, we've got one, the rod's just sitting there. And then when I jerked the rod, boy, he took off. I haven't felt him rolling yet either, which is another sign that it could be a flathead possibly. It's the time of year we're gonna start catching more flatheads. As we get on into September, October, November, I typically start getting more and more of them. I think this fish got in our other line over here up front. We could have done without that fish. He's either gotten in it or we've got another one on that rod, and I don't think we do. I think this one's in it. Big concern now is him getting in the dang prop. That line is right there behind the prop. I hope he's not getting in it. That's all we need is a bunch of braided line in that prop out here. Let me just turn that motor off. What'd I do with my motor? What'd I do with the remote? There we go. I just turned that prop off a second. Till we get this one under control. And y'all, when you're using this lighter stuff, the fish is going to go where he wants to go. You can't really get control of them as easy as what you can with the heavier stuff. Yeah, he is in that other line over there. Yeah. We'll have to sort this mess out before we turn that prop on the motor back on. We'll just have to get reset here in a second. We get this one up the surface, I'm gonna reel our back one in. I think there might be a fish on there. Either way, we're gonna be drifting over that line if there ain't a fish on it. That's all we need. Have this fish tangled up with 3 rods potentially. Or 2 rods, you know what I mean. This one, yeah, that's a good one, buddy. Let me just net him right fast. We got this net here, make it easy. I say that, we got to get him over here to get netted first, don't we? Yeah, we do. We got to get him over here and get him netted. Oh, I missed him. I got to drill him up a little more. There we go. Nice fun sizer, man. Nice fun sizer right there. Okay. Oh, buddy, that's a good one. That's the biggest one of the morning right there. Okay. Let me set that back now. Let's reel this one in. Do we have a fish on this? We do not. That was weird. I wonder if a fish hadn't hit the line and moved the bait or something. That was weird. Either way, we got to get it out of our way. Okay, let's get this fella, let's get him situated. Let's see what kind of mess he's made with our lines, and then I'm going to run. Oh, look at all them fish, man. They're down. We've drifted back into this hole, and there's all those fish there. There's a bunch of fish in this hole, man. Okay. Let me get our hook out here. You can see it's right behind that bony plate there. That was the wide gap finesse hook. Let's see what kind of... I think this looks like probably a bigger mess than it is, actually. I think this is going to be okay. Yeah, it's only hooked right here at the dang... Right here at the... Okay, we've almost got it. Look right there. The other line was twisted up, but it wasn't all in it. Okay, that's perfect. Now, let's see if we can get him out of the line, and we'll be set. We'll just lower it back down. He's got it all wrapped around him, though, don't he? Calm it down there, fish. Calm it down. Biggest one of the morning, though. Caused us a mess. Totally worth it. Okay. Okay, now let's see if we can throw that line back over there. Now we're good. Now we're good. Let's hold this one up because we're spinning into the sun. We can actually get a decent picture with this thing. Let me fix the camera there. Y'all take a picture of me and this fish, would you? He don't want a picture. Nice. All right, get on out of here, fish. Get on with yourself. There he goes. Oh, all right. Let's, here's what I want to do. I gotta reel this in. It's around the front of my motor. I brought my Hobie today with the motor. I still had this thing hooked up from where I went to Ohio. There we go, got it out of the way. All right, now let's run back up here. Let me grab you all. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna run. See, we've drifted back now in this hole. I'm gonna just, apparently I'm gonna take us full speed's what I'm apparently gonna do. Oh, I still had the spot lock on. I'd turn the prop off. Anyway, y'all disregard me. I'm all out of sorts out here. I'm excited. I'm gonna just run us back up here kind of to the top of this thing, and we're gonna spot lock again so that our scent, when we cut these baits, that it's going down into this hole, and we'll let these fish kind of come up to it. Let me get back over here where we was. You can see 74 feet there down in this hole. We're going to just run up here a little bit. We were about 69 there. There we go. Now let's spot lock. All right. Let me get another bait for that front rod. We'll lower this one over here on the right back down. I think I had another head bait cut maybe. Yeah, it's probably down in that bag. Let's just go ahead and cut this one. But yeah, we'll get these baits all reset here. A little minor inconvenience there with that. That's going to happen when you're using multiple rods and you're using, especially this lighter tackle where you can't really, you just can't get control of fish. You got to play the fish out a little bit, and you're going to have that happen. But the line still feels good. Fortunately on that one, pretty easy fix. Just took a second there. The bigger issue we would have had, not the tangle, is if I hadn't turned that prop off. He would have got that line all in that prop, and then we'd really been in trouble. I'd had to go to shore to get that out. I've had that happen before, and boy, it's a pain in the patootie when it does. All right, we got this one down. Let's raise it up. Send this one down now. That bait there's still good. Thankfully, it didn't get knocked off and all that mess. So we'll send that one back down. We'll cast our one on the back off again, and we'll be reset. Oh, something just happened with our right rod. It got a little bump, and then it stood straight up. He's still after it right there because I see my rod tip. I think he's come up in the water column with it. I want to pick up on this rod. We can. I'm about to reel down on him and just jerk his jaw. Oh, I pulled it right out of his mouth too. No, there he is. No, he'd come up with it. I was setting the hook on air. That's because it was slack line. That little trickster right there playing jokes on me, man. He comes straight up with it. I had to catch up with him. This is the first one in a little while, y'all. I slid back a little bit in this hole. Yeah, just a little one there. A little dink blue playing jokes over here. But I slid back. We're like 72 feet. I just come on back in this hole. It was stopped getting bit. And so I wanted to just slide on back, move a little closer to them, see if they were still here. Maybe they moved on. You know, who knows? But I was seeing them there when we had come off spot lock to get rid of our tangle and whatnot on the other one. But you calm down. These small ones are always the hardest ones to get hold of. But anyway, it's been a little while since I got bit, the longest break of the morning before this one. So I thought I'll just slide on back, see what's happening. Well, we got that fella there, so there's still some here apparently, but I want to catch some more of them bigger ones. That's what I want. I'm greedy, you know. These fun ones, or the small ones, are fun to catch on the lighter stuff, but boy, the bigger ones are even more fun to catch on it. So it don't take long to get greedy, man. Let's get this little. That's a tail. Let me get a different piece. We're gonna put another body section on there. You know, actually, why don't I try one of these thread fins? Put a whole thread fin. Well, I don't know. That whole gizzard back there ain't done us no good. It seems like having the cut bait with the scent coming off of it's doing better for us. So let's just put another chunk on. We're getting a little low on our gizzards. Unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of those yesterday. I got a lot of shad. I mean, a bag full, but it's a lot of thread fins. I had to catch a lot of them small thread fins in the net to get down to where the gizzards were. But we definitely making use of what we got out here for sure. Oh, big takedown. Big takedown right there, man. I had just sitting here, nothing going on, contemplating my life decisions, and bam. Oh, buddy, that's exciting. You just never know. I mean, when the rod gets buried like that, you don't know till you pick up on it. I know right now this thing ain't gonna be a very big fish, but when it slams like that, you have no clue. He ain't gonna be very good though. This one here, I can tell you, he's done give up. He knows he's whooped. He ain't even fighting right now. We're just reeling him up. I'm just taking my time reeling him up, trying to let him. There we go. There's some bubbles coming up. That's what we want to see. Yeah, another little dinkity-doo-dah blue. But it's another bite. And I'll tell you something, man. Now granted, we've got 2 rods, light tackle versus 1 of the heavier stuff. And our bait back there on the heavier rod is certainly bigger. We got that whole shad on there. But these light tackle have outperformed. What we got? 1 fish so far? There he is. Tell him bye. Get on out here, Blue Kitty. We've had, what, 1 fish so far on the heavier stuff. Oh, no, there goes the heavy rod. There it goes. We got something on that whole shad. All right, man. I was just talking smack a little while ago about this heavier gear not catching us much today. And this rod said, you know, my signature series rod here, it said, enough of that talk, Justin. I got you covered here. This feels like a good one too. Yeah, that's a good fish right here. Ate that whole gizzard shad. It's been out there a while. That same shad, I ain't switched it out. Just left it down there, let it be. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Oh, we got us a good one right here. I'm gonna see if we can try to keep him back here this way and keep him out of them other lines. It is a blue. I felt him rolling then. Yeah, buddy, it's a good one. He's staying down too. Oh, buddy. This hole, man, it's been productive today. We've gotten several fish now. We got us a big one on the line right here. That one earlier there wasn't nothing to snub your nose at either that we got on the light tackle. It's been a productive day, productive spot. The wind has started to pick up a little bit now. I thought it was going to be a calm day, but it's starting to blow a little bit. Won't matter being in this kayak with the spot lock, but if I was in my pedal kayak today, we'd be fighting it a little bit. We ought to be getting pretty close to seeing this thing. I can tell you he's going to be a good one. Where we at, fish? Come on up here and show yourself. The world, we got 8 people still watching the video to this point. They want to see you. Yeah, nice fish. He ain't as big as I thought he was. But that's a good fish. We got the heavy tackle. We don't need the net, but hell, we got the net here. Let's use it. Let's just go ahead and just slide him in that thing. There we go. Make it easy peasy. I never liked a net for kayak fishing. It always gets hung on stuff, but this light tackle, you pretty much have to have it. And it's nice and easy on this fish. That's a good one, buddy. Look at that thing. He'll definitely get him some front camera time. Okay. There it is, man. He don't want to flare his tail out there, so we can actually get it. Well, we ain't gonna get a good picture anyway before the sun's at, but you could be a little bit more cooperative, fish. Nice fish nonetheless. Hell of a fight. Fought above his weight class. All right, pal. Send you packing. There you go. All right, I'll fist pump that one, man. He ate that whole gizzard shad that we've had down there for quite some time. And I think maybe that's the play, is, at least when I'm in this kayak anyway, it's not as easy when I'm in my pedal kayak. But like out here today, you know, this one, we've got that motor, we can hit the spot lock and anchor ourselves versus using an actual physical anchor. But in this situation where we are spot locked and we've got a little bit of current this morning, put out our light tackle up front, and then we can throw a bait off the back on the heavier gear, but maybe throw out a bigger bait. You know, that was one of the bigger gizzard shad I had, which still isn't a huge bait, but you know what I'm saying, like in the future, we do this, maybe similar situations, if we've got white bass or skipjack or bluegill, crappie, whatever, we just take maybe a whole big bait, whatever we got, and throw it off the back while we still have our fun with the lighter stuff. And when a big fish does come along that wants a big meal, got an option down there for it. So just, it's an option for us as we get on into the fall and winter and stuff. I'll be in this kayak more. I really like my pedal kayak, especially my Hobie Lynx. I love that thing. And I got that Native Slayer Propel 10 earlier in the summer too, which I don't like as much. Probably actually going to be selling that at some point here soon. I'll probably be listing it for sale. But nevertheless, those kayaks I love, especially my Hobie Lynx, fishing out of it. But as we get on in to the cooler months, especially in the winter or in the fall, we start getting more wind. It's nice to have that motor on the front with the GPS where you can just spot lock. It makes it a lot more convenient, and especially in cold months too. You know, in a bigger kayak you don't get as wet. So we'll be using this kayak more on in the fall and winter and stuff, and so this might be an option if this fad with me continues for the light tackle, which it probably will because I'm pretty into it. Maybe give us an option to use a heavier setup as well when we have bigger baits that we can put on. Let's take another one of these big shad, and I'm gonna do the same thing with it as I did the other. Just maybe cut the tail off and poke a few holes in him, get some of that blood leaching out in the current there, and we'll just take this and throw it out behind us. That last fish, man, he fought good for his size. I thought we was going to pull up something significantly heavier than him, but nevertheless, it was still a good fish. I'd rather them fight above their weight class than to fight below it. Because who wants, I mean, even a big fish, if it don't put up no fight, what's the fun in that? I want to play tug of war with these things. All right, we got this one going back out. We'll let it hit bottom, put it in the rod holder, and we're all set again, waiting on the next one. Oh, our right rod, something's hit it. Look, that rod tip has stood straight up. Let me grab this rod. I'm gonna start reeling. There he is. I caught up with him then. That one wasn't gonna fool me, buddy. I knew he was coming straight up with it. All the weight got taken off that rod tip. This is gonna be another small. This was on that thread fin though that we cut up, the 2 pieces. It'll be probably another blue. Thankfully, we ain't got no channel cats so far today. No, knock on wood. Boy, it's the smallest one of the morning though. We better go back to some gizzard shad on this thing. This one right here, he's got a long ways to go before he catches up with the last one we caught there on the heavy tackle. Come here. Come here. The bigger one there was so much more cooperative than this little one. And that's how it always goes. The little one's got such a bad attitude. Get on out of here acting that way. Ain't no calls in that. Danged old fish. I've got the head on that other rod, so let's go back to using a chunk on this one. That's just probably I don't know, a little bigger than a quarter, maybe a $half size body section here of that gizzard shad. But we were doing a little better with the gizzard shad than what that thread fin just got us. So let's send this down, and I'm just gonna keep sitting here. We're 73 feet deep. I'd worked a little bit further back in this hole there earlier, and I'm probably just gonna ride out the rest of the trip. I'm gonna fish maybe another hour and a half or so. I got some stuff I gotta do this afternoon. It's gonna be just a quick morning trip for me, but I'm pretty content with how things have gone today, and we'll just ride it out here on this spot and see what else we get. Ooh, left rod. It just got smacked and it's sitting there. Oh, I pulled it out of his mouth. Dang. Let's switch that bait out. I think he got our bait actually. He did, he got our bait. Oh, that one's hooked up. I just missed that one on the left. Pulled it right out of his mouth, and I put a new head on, and this is gonna fight a little harder. I don't think he's gonna be much bigger than the last one we pulled up on it, but he's at least gonna pull a little more. I don't know why I missed that other one over there. He smacked it and was sitting there with it. Made me think maybe it was possibly a flathead, but hell, we'll never know. I got my heart set on a flathead out here today. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but a boy can dream. I don't even care if it's a big flathead. I just want one. There's a old blue kitty, another dinkity doodah, slightly bigger than that other last dink, but we'll take him anyway. These hooks are, fortunately, all of them have been on the outside of the mouth, hooked in such a way that the line is on the outside of the mouth, so we've not had any issues with these leaders. There we go. These leaders still feel really good. Now I will, before our next trip, which I'll probably fish tomorrow, I will go ahead and replace the leaders, and maybe the hooks too, although they still feel really good. But it's definitely one of those things with the lighter tackle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be more mindful of it. On my heavier gear, man, I never change my leaders. I'm bad about, I pretty much run a leader until I'll do it before a tournament usually. I'll put on fresh leaders before a tournament. But otherwise, I'm pretty much going until I break off, usually. Get snagged or something. I'm bad about that. But the lighter tackle stuff, I'll definitely have to be more mindful of making sure I've got, probably every trip, just going ahead and to be safe and putting on fresh leaders. With our margin of error being so little with the lighter gear, we got to make sure everything's in tip-top shape. Oh, look here. Oh, he just let it go. I just glanced over and that one was sitting there again. We'll give it a second here while I get this one reset, and I'll probably reel that in, make sure I still got bait on. Y'all got to keep an eye out while I'm getting other baits rigged up. I guess he's going to come back for us. See if we still got bait. They put that other head on there I just cut. It does seem like we've got better hookups. Oh, the head bait's still on there, still looks good. With these two styles of hooks we've been using today, it seems like we've had better hookups with the mosquito hook versus this wide gap finesse hook. But we've also been using the head baits on this hook, and I wonder if that makes a difference. We'll probably need to try it the other way on the next trip, put the chunks on this hook and the head baits on the mosquito hooks and see if there's any difference at all. It's hard to tell on any one trip, you know, missing 2 or 3 fish on that rod today. It's like, well, Is it the hook, or is it just how the fish had maybe ate the bait? You don't know. No way of really knowing. It's too small a sample size. But if it keeps happening over and over and over again, then we'll know that maybe that hook style for what we're trying to do, this technique, maybe ain't ideal. But the mosquito hook, it's done pretty well today. I've been impressed with it. Oh, that one. Got another one. It's been another break, y'all. The bite has tapered off. The later we've got here in the morning, I was actually thinking about calling it quits here soon because it's getting about lunchtime. These catfish apparently don't like lunch. Me, on the other hand, I enjoy lunch. I'm actually wanting to get some. I'm getting a little hungry. I was thinking about getting out of here, so this may be a perfect opportunity for us to wrap this up with a fish. But it was a good bite. Oh, well, I say that. Look at here. We got a double. Might have to stick around a few more minutes. Let me get this one up here to the surface. Yeah, he's another small. He's a small one. Let's pick up on this one. Yeah, he's still on there. We've had some more come through. I've sat here a good while now. Nothing happened. It was good this morning. When they turned on, man, we were getting bit pretty consistently. But since then, as the sun got higher in the sky, I think either the fish moved or they just kind of going inactive for a little while. This is going to be another one here. It's pretty small too. Both of these are small, but it's nice to get bit again. Yeah, little old thing. Little old eater-sized fish right there. We've caught mostly on this light tackle stuff. I mean, obviously we're using smaller baits, we're using smaller hooks, we're getting smaller fish on the average. But here's the thing, two things. One, we're getting a lot of action from it, which, I mean, I want to catch fish out here, right? So that's a good thing. But when we do hook in to these small fish, they are a much more fun time on the lighter tackle. And when we hook a big one on the light tackle, and today, granted, there he is, our biggest fish was on the heavy gear, but our second biggest fish was on the light tackle. And man, when we hook into a big one on the light tackle, buddy, it's a blast. So I'm into it, man. I'm enjoying this. I think this in here don't want to open his mouth, is what I think. But I do think the idea of running a really big bait in addition, on heavy gear, in addition to the light tackle stuff, at least tell us fish by, y'all. But doing that at least when we're in this rig, it may not be possible. I mean, I suppose if we anchored in one of my pedal kayaks, but then you've got the anchor rope situation, and when not being able to get control of these fish on the light tackle, they're going to end up in that anchor rope pretty easily. But with the spotlight, we don't have that issue. So maybe as we do fish in this, we just swing for the fences on a heavy action rod. I'll probably maybe even tie up some double hook rigs too when we're using them big baits, and then put out the lighter tackle stuff on the front. And then when I'm in the pedal kayak days, maybe just stick with the light tackle. Even if we put maybe a bigger piece bait on the lighter tackle rods, you know, I mean, we got options. But I've enjoyed how today has gone, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. I am gonna go ahead and just get on out of here, go get me some lunch. I'm hungry. I'm a growing young boy. I need to keep my strength up, you know. We've burned some calories reeling in these fish today. But I've enjoyed it out here. It was a lot of action here first thing this morning. Had a beautiful sunrise. We got some good quality fish. We got a lot of action with the smaller fish. So today was a really good day, y'all, minus the flat. We never got the flathead I wanted. I sure was hoping to bust one of those, but maybe tomorrow. I'll see you then.